Each night, Kobe would lie awake in his small, dimly lit room, the moonlight casting eerie shadows on the walls. The sharp, biting words of his parents' arguments sliced through the air like a knife, penetrating the fragile silence of the night. His little sister Amma would cling to him, her small body trembling with fear, her wide eyes reflecting the uncertainty of their world. Kobe would hold her close, whispering tales of brave warriors and wise elders who triumphed over great challenges, his voice a soft murmur against the harshness of reality. But despite his efforts to shield Amma, the weight of their circumstances pressed down on them both, unrelenting and unforgiving. The day their father left, it felt as if the walls of their home were crumbling around them. Their mother, once strong and vibrant, a woman whose laughter filled the house with warmth, began to wither before their eyes. The light in her eyes dimmed, her spirit drained by the unbearable weight of heartbreak and abandonment. She continued to cook, clean, and now worked in the fields from dawn till dusk, but her joy had evaporated like morning mist under the harsh sun. The once warm and loving home was now filled with the bitter waters of hardship, and the air seemed perpetually heavy with sorrow. With their father gone, Kobe, still just a boy, took on the role of protector and provider, a burden far too heavy for his young shoulders. Every morning before the first light of dawn he would rise, his stomach aching with hunger, and make his way to the river to fetch water. The journey was long and perilous. He navigated the dense forest, careful to avoid the thorny bushes that tore at his bare feet. He would return home just as the sun peeked over the horizon, his arms aching from the weight of the water, yet determined to ease the load that weighed so heavily on his mother. One evening, as the orange hues of sunset bled into the sky, Chekube called her son to her side. Her voice was soft, yet carried the gravity of her words. "Kobe Nwam," she began, her tone laced with both sorrow and resolve. "I want you to return to school. Things have been hard, I know, but I cannot let you waste away. You have been hard-working, kind, and honest, which gives me peace of mind, but nothing will make me happier than seeing you return to school." She paused, her eyes searching his before continuing. "Education is the key to a better future. I know things are hard now, but you must not kill your dreams. I see the sadness in your eyes when you watch your mates go to school, and the unshed tears when Amma asks why people call us ugly, or why they hate us. You must go back to school and be kind to both those who love you and those who hate you. You must always tell the truth, no matter the circumstance. Honesty must be your watchword, for it is the only way to change our fate." She smiled gently, placing a hand on his shoulder. "You carry the weight of this family, but you also carry our hopes and dreams. I bless you, my son, and pray that you find the strength to rise above these hardships." Kobe believed his mother, but the reality of their situation weighed heavily on his heart. How could he focus on his studies when his family was barely surviving? Every day was a struggle to find enough food, to keep the small fire burning in their hearth. The other children in the village would pass by with their bright school uniforms and packed lunches, their laughter a cruel reminder of what Kobe had lost. Some even mocked them, whispering that they were the children of the village witch. Despite everything, Kobe listened to his mother. He found solace under the old udala tree, where he would sit and listen to his mother's conversations with her late father. It was here that he learned about his ancestors, their wealth, their fall from grace, and the dark legacy of his great-grandfather's greed. He heard tales of how his grandfather had traded his mother's beauty for riches, and how his father had been warned against marrying into their cursed lineage. It was under this tree that Kobe and Amma made a vow, to never look into any mirror, to avoid anything that reflected their image, in order to protect Amma's heart from breaking. With renewed determination, Kobe returned to school. The path was not easy. He still had to fetch water, gather firewood, and care for Amma. But now he carried a new resolve. He knew that education was his way out of the cycle of hardship, and he was committed to building a future where children like Amma would not have to suffer as they had. As Kobe grew older, he became a beacon of hope for Amma and a source of pride for his mother. He learned to endure the insults and avoid the taunts of those who called him ugly or whispered behind his back. He understood that many of those who hurt him were also struggling with their own pain. One day, as Kobe sat under the udala tree, lost in thought, Amma came running towards him, her face alight with excitement. In her hands she held a small golden package. "Look, Kobe, I found this in the old chest by the firewood. Nan said it was a gift from Grandpa for her wedding, but she never opened it." Kobe took the package, his hands trembling slightly as he untied the delicate ribbon. As he opened it, a small, ancient mirror fell out, its surface dull with age. The moment he looked into it, he gasped and dropped it to the ground. Amma, terrified, bent to pick it up but froze when she saw the reflection. A beautiful girl stared back at her from the mirror's surface, big brown eyes, a beautifully shaped mouth, and a round, flawless face. Amma wept, unable to tear her eyes away from the image. She didn't hear Kobe calling her name. "Amma, stop crying," Kobe said, moving to take the mirror from her. But as he reached for it, his reflection caught his eye. The face staring back at him was not his own, but that of a handsome boy. "Amma," her voice shaking, whispered, "what kind of cruel joke is this? What kind of father gives his daughter a mirror as a wedding gift, knowing she hates looking at them? Now I'm reminded of what I look like." She wept uncontrollably into her hands. Kobe, shocked and confused, took her hand away to console her, but as he did, he saw that his face had indeed changed. He was now the handsome boy from the mirror. "Chineke-me!" Kobe screamed, stumbling back in disbelief. Amma wiped her eyes and looked at him, her expression mirroring his shock. "I must be going mad! Chineke-eh!" Amma cried, running towards their home to fetch their mother. "Nee, nee, nee!" she shouted, her voice trembling with fear and confusion. Kobe followed closely behind, clutching the strange mirror, his heart pounding in his chest. Chekube, hearing their frantic calls, rushed in from the kitchen. "Amma and Kobe, will you both stop it?" she yelled, but as she saw the mirror in Kobe's hands and looked at their transformed faces, she gasped, "Chim Egbemo!" and fainted. When she regained consciousness, she was staring up at two beautiful faces, faces that looked like her children, but were not the children she had raised. They wore the clothes of Amma and Kobe, and they called her Mama, but their appearances were unrecognizable. Chekbube sat up, confusion etched on her face. "Amma, Kobe, what happened to you children?" Kobe, still holding the mirror, explained, "Nee, ma'am, it was the mirror Amma brought to me under the udala tree. When I looked into it, I saw the most handsome boy I have ever seen, but it was me." Amma added, "Nee, ma'am, I saw a beautiful girl, and when I turned to look at Kobe, his face had changed. He looked so handsome." Chekube's eyes widened in realization. "So you mean the mirror changed your appearances? Let me take a look." She took the mirror from Kobe and looked into it. What she saw was her own reflection, her face as it had been before her father had traded her beauty for wealth. The mirror was old, its surface cracked, and it had been passed down through generations, given to her as a wedding present. She had heard tales of the Ugegbe Ubochi, the mirror of the gods, but had never believed them. Now she realized the truth of those stories. When Kobe and Amma looked at their mother, they saw a woman whose beauty had been restored, the years of hardship erased from her features. They screamed in shock and ran to look at themselves in another mirror, but their new appearances remained. Amma, her voice filled with awe, said, "Ooh, Chim, no one will recognize me now except by my voice and clothes." A smile of pure joy spread across her face. Kobe, still in disbelief, whispered, "At least the villagers will no longer call you a witch, Neem." Chekbubi gathered her children close and told them the truth about their family's curse. She explained how her father had begged her to trade her beauty for wealth when her mother was sick and they had no money for treatment. The wealth had passed to her husband when they married, but it had come at a great cost. Umu Omam, it is the custom of Ugegbe Ubochi. The one who sells her beauty for wealth cannot herself become rich, and if the ritual is reversed in her lifetime, the wealth passes down to her offspring. But there is a condition. Whoever becomes the custodian of this wealth must be humble, honest, and kind. Kobe, your father was not a kind man, but I know you are different. Promise me that you will be honest, humble, and show kindness to others, so that you, your sister, and your descendants can enjoy both beauty and wealth." Kobe, tears in his eyes, vowed, "I will do better than my father. I will be just and fair. I will be honest in all my dealings. I will help others just as you have always taught me." Not long after, Kobe earned a scholarship to study in the city, a dream that once seemed impossible. Before he left, He visited the old udala tree one last time. Standing beneath its vast canopy, he made a promise to himself, to his mother, and to his village. He vowed to return and bring with him the change they so desperately needed. And with that, Kobe set off on a new journey, his heart full of hope and his spirit unbroken. He knew the path ahead would not be easy, but he was comforted by the knowledge that he now possessed not just beauty and wealth, but a strong, beautiful mind that would guide him through the hardest times and shine bright even in the darkest moments. This was only the beginning.